Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So I got this from Asda the other day. It's new in at my Asda. It may well be old at for some people. And it's Don't Mess With Yorkshire Stout from Northern Monk. Northern Monk, who I'm sure are coming to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. This is the glass from 2 years ago. I actually like this glass. I prefer this glass over the pinky one from last year. It's called Dig Out the. It says here, dig out the black stuff. A deeply dark but sessionable stout, roasted malt aromas, and a lightly smoked finish. 4.5%, brewed at the Old Flax Store, Marshall's Mill, Marshall Street, Leeds. Northernmonk.com, and imported into the UK. I don't really care about that. And that's it really. So over at Asda. Give it a twirl, 4.5%, very easy drinking. I'm trying to not drink too many of a certain style and too many from a certain brewery. So, like I've just done, not that you know, because obviously unless you sat in the beer room with me, I've just done a tropical hoppy beer. So now I want to chuck on a stout review or a darker beer, or something different to the hoppy craft beers. And varying your styles, it for me is key. I do not want to be drinking day after day imperial stout. I mean, I could do it. Couldn't I just? But it's not good. It's not good for a lot of reasons. And one, you get bored. And two, it costs you a fortune as well, unless you brew yourself, which brings up other things. So just check my phone a second. I got a message or something. Oh yeah. So here we are. Black pour. Beige head, I'd say on that. Chocolatey malt. Certainly a bit of roasty toastiness on the aroma. Don't mess with Yorkshire, eh? I mean, there was a moment coming from Nottinghamshire. Ooh, lovely nuttiness to that as well. Coming from Nottinghamshire, obviously, Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire were big coal mining areas. I got an uncle who worked in the coal mines and that, and obviously now the coal mines don't exist. Only if it's certain type of mining. I'm not sure about the mining that goes deep underground. And it offends me when we bring it from abroad to this country, all the way from abroad to this country, and it's like, so somebody over there has mined it, and what happens then is that, like with anything in the world, once you import it and your side of things closes down, then that side of things gets much more expensive, but you've already closed everything down. And just because we pay a proper wage in this country, unlike the slave traders across the world who pay minuscule wages, although their society, for what they get paid in their society, in our society, that would equate to minimum wage over here. So yeah, different societies and all that. Although the greed of the rich will always be part of the problem, and certainly in this country anyway, the greed of the mega rich, and everything's geared towards the rich. I see it day in, day out across. I get the farmer next door moaning about things, and I thought, you're worth $1 million, mate. Don't fucking moan to me about your phone bill. And I see what comes into your place. I see the money you make, and I think, fuck off. Don't even give me that bollocks. Oh, I've had to pay a £5,000 phone bill. Yeah, well, you've obviously fucking used the phone. A lot. And you've got people all day long tipping. So they drive in and over the bumpy path. They drive in, they tip. So they tip logs. The logs are then, by the farmers, split with their big machines, split, and all those logs are used, or let's say 90% of those logs are used for the wooden log burning augers or whatever they've got in their houses. So they pay no fuel. So that's all free because people pay to tip. The stuff they can't chop up normally, that gets sold to a different firm who come in and who've obviously got a bigger equipment to smash it to smithereens or chop it into logs. So that goes to them. The chippings, the wood chippings that come in, they charge them 40, 50 quid a throw to tip. Which pisses me off because I want fucking chippings. Can't get any. No one's... But they still tip down there and pay to tip. You think to yourself... So, that gardener who works next door wants chippings. Yeah, for free. Yeah, fair dues. But then I'm not paying 50 quid to tip. No, I'll pay 50 quid to tip. And it's like... Hey... yeah, just beggars belief, doesn't it? So they charge them to tip their chippings. So they have a nice big heap of chippings. What happens? Big juggernaut comes in. Fucking loads the juggernaut with the chippings. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Fucking me. And then they get people, or other people, tipping grass and shrub, cuttings and shrubs and stuff. A lot of that goes through their big industrial, I can't think of the fucking word now, shredder, chipper, shredder, whatever. That goes through the shredder, it's turned to soil. That compost then goes across their farmland. Although technically they class themselves as farmers, but technically somebody else comes in, spreads it on their land, puts the seed in, harvests it and fucks off. So they absolutely do nothing, although they're technically farmers. Always chuckles me, that does. Like me calling myself a gardener, never actually fucking doing any gardening. Anyway, there's a tangent. And then they moan about being poor. And it's like, don't give me that shit. And then they charge my boss literally a few, 300 or 400 quid for the gravel to repair the drive. That gravel they use on the whole length of the drive. On their side of the drive, they have lorries coming in all day long, rutting the drive up. Big lorries, juggernaut lorries, and that. There's so much traffic that goes into that place. And literally, they moan about some cars at the weekend, a few days of weddings, driving over their path. But you get the odd idiot. There's always going to be an idiot. There's idiots on their side, driving vans, like revving the arse off the vans, flying up. And one of these is actually a team leader who's got a thing next door. And it's like, you're the twat who's supposed to be, being a bit more sensible. And I see it, and then they say, well, they do it because of all the speeders that go down the drive on your side. And I says, you do know I watch your side and our side, don't you? Yes, there is the odd idiot, but the majority of idiots is actually on their side. But you tell them that, and it's like, fucking hell, you might as well talk. I might as well talk to that cardboard box over there, or this can. You've been speeding. Yeah, mate, I've seen you. You've been speeding. and yeah, get it all the time. Anyway, tangents, and okay, now I've been really good lately. I've not done any tangents about the old days at the Arboretum, and I must go down Arboretum Avenue one day. And although over the years, the more that you don't work there, you forget stuff, and you know, only certain things stick out. And over the years, I mean, bloody hell, some of the stuff we did, and I'm forgetting it. As I'm getting older, I'm forgetting some of the stuff. Oh. So chocolatey, malty, nice bit of roastiness to it, but the roastiness now, whereas at the front it was quite roasty, now it's more the chocolatey, malty side of things that has took over. Don't Mess With Yorkshire. I don't know the reason behind the name of the can. There's usually something. Why would you name something like that? Don't Mess With Yorkshire. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I don't know. Simple as that. It's a nice, easy drinking stout, 4.5%. It's certainly going down well. Supermarket beer. I haven't had many supermarket beers for a while, to be honest. I mean, let's be fair. When we talk about supermarkets, Iceland now is a waste of fucking time. Home bargains, absolutely only very rarely do you see anything. B&M bargains has gone down the shithole. So you're left with Marks and Spencer's. A lot of overpriced stuff in Marks and Spencer's. Waitrose, no, there's none near me. Then you're left with the big uns. Co-op, their beer range is shit. It's absolutely shit. Maybe a bit of support for local, which is admirable. They're Mersey beers. I've never actually fucking been in either. I mean, down Scott and Wonders part of the world, or just Scott these days, as he's calling it on his channel. I mean, Wonders has gave up the YouTube, and I understand that, to be fair. Is it Nisa? Their Nisa local down near Paulson's Park is fucking stunning. That Asian bloke who owns that, he's an absolute god. I could spend fucking hundreds in there. And then you look at the main four, you know, your Morrisons, yeah, 4 for 3s, Audi's range, yeah, you know, it's only worth going in every few months when they've got something interesting on. Same with Lidl, only every few months. So then you're left with Sainsbury's, Asda and Tesco. And at the moment, I'd say that Sainsbury's is probably the winner out of beers in supermarkets. Either be trad, modern trad, or craft. They're not great. I don't think any of the supermarkets are great these days for beers. I think the world we're in has fucked it all up. And the ABV duty, you know, let's look after the big breweries because they really need looking after. It's a bit like we're at the start of the review. Let's look after the rich. But yeah, a nice smoky, roasty, toasty beer. Chocolatey. It's a lovely beer, gotta be honest. I know it's supermarket, but Northern Monk do make some great beers. Make a few duff ones as well. Some of their random ones are fucking, you know, like, but this is a nice one. Would I drink it again? if I come across it. Yeah. Doubtful. But if I come across it, it'd be interesting to tap it up again. Now that's my review. What do you think? Cheers.